Back on that YouTube grind, back on that YouTube grind, back on that YouTube grind. Hi. I decided that I wanted to talk to you guys today about my Disney College program in its entirety. If you are new to my channel or you don't really know, basically I hold the world record for accomplishing the most amount of Disney College programs in the history of any CP participant. Not really, I'm just kidding. I did do a lot of Disney College programs in my time. Basically the past 4 years of my life have been dedicated to the Disney College program. I feel like people kind of joined into my channel and started watching my videos at random points of the past 4 years, so I kind of wanted to make a video that literally like recaps the entirety of my Disney College program career because I have done a lot. I just wanted to share it with you guys and tell you how I did it all and what I did, and yeah. So, hello, my name is Shelby. I found out about the Disney College program when I was 19, I think I was 19. I was on Pinterest and somehow got to this blog post written by Princess Jess, who I'm actually friends with now, which is so crazy. Jess wrote this entire blog and she talked about how she did the Disney College program and how you can go and leave school and work at Disney and you get college credit for it. I immediately immersed myself in researching the Disney College program. I feel like I worked so hard to get accepted. I lived and breathed researching how to get accepted to the Disney College program and what it was. That's literally what consumed my life. I found a Disney College program Facebook page and I started to talk to people on there. Then I started to find YouTube videos about the Disney College program and I would watch them and I was like, you know what? That's something that I think that I could do. So I literally went and got a camera and I started posting videos about my application process and how I was so excited to apply to this program. It came time to apply and I was so excited. I got in on my first try, which is super insane. I got accepted for the spring 2016 program. So that is when I did my very first Disney College program. I got accepted for attractions. I wanted Jungle Cruise more than anything in the entire world. I got to Disney and it was like the beginning of February of 2016 and I found out I was Fantasyland attractions. So I ended up working at Dumbo and the Barnstormer. Me having one previous job experience before this, literally no theme park experience. I was so scared, so nervous. My very first day of training was on the Barnstormer, which was a roller coaster, and I was literally so stressed out. But you know what? The Disney training process is so amazing and they have the best trainers. You can literally learn how to operate these attractions in your sleep. You can learn how to do your job in your sleep. After I got done training at both of those, I was there for about 6 months. So this was my circus era, my Storybook Circus era. Storybook Circus was genuinely one of the hardest jobs I've ever had in my entire life. I am so glad that I started off my Disney career working in Fantasyland because I learned so much from Fantasyland. I feel like now I can work anywhere because I worked at Storybook Circus because it was super hard. It really built me as a cast member. I was 20 years old at this point. Also on this first Spring Advantage program, I had met all my roommates on Facebook and we had a pretty positive experience. I lived in Vista Way, apartment 3406. And there's 6 of us total. It was super great. So that program was super fun, and a couple months in, I sort of realized that I was absolutely not ready to go home. I knew that I literally loved being here so much and I wanted to stay. I decided I was going to apply to extend my program, which was initially not a part of the plan. I was only going to be there through the spring and the summer and then go home in the fall and go back to school. I ended up getting accepted for an extension. I got same role, different locations, so I would still be attractions. I just was gonna move locations and I was gonna move to a different attraction. The thing is, you don't get to pick which attraction. You don't even interview for the extension, so it was gonna be completely random. I was convinced I was gonna be put at Magic Carpets of Aladdin or Triceratops Spin. I knew that I literally loved it here so much and that's all I wanted, so I accepted my extension. Unfortunately, all of my roommates that I currently had at that point did not get accepted for their extension, so I was going in by myself, fully by myself into this extension. So I was like low-key really scared. I did not know what I was getting myself into, but at the same time I was so excited because I got to stay in Disney for the entire year, which is unreal. Whenever I found out my attraction I was moving to, I found out that I got placed at Jungle Cruise. People always ask me like what was my reaction when I found out I was Jungle Cruise. I literally cried. Like, I was so excited and I just couldn't believe, out of all the places they could have put me, I got put at Jungle Cruise, which is where I wanted to be the entire time. In the beginning of August, I started training at Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom. Genuinely my favorite job I've ever had at Disney. And I have a whole video talking about my experience at Jungle Cruise, so you can watch that if you want to know what that was like. It was so much fun. My roommate situation, so I decided to go random with roommates because I didn't know how to find roommates. So I went random and I ended up getting such amazing roommates. I know that's not always the case. I still talk to them daily, literally in the middle of a conversation with Becca and Paige as we speak. I did have a bad roommate experience. I also have a video talking about that. So for my fall extension, I got moved to Chatham, and that is where I lived for that program. I lived in apartment 26203, and Chatham was great. We had bunk beds, which was really interesting, but it wasn't that bad. We had 3 in each room, and actually like really loved that apartment. The location was really good. I turned 21 on that program, so I was 21 years old in my Jungle Cruise Adventureland era, an iconic era, and I miss it every day. I still feel like I was pretty young though. Like, I feel like I have literally grown up so much in the past 4 years. That program came to an end. It was everything. Life was unreal. When you are on the DCP, it's genuinely like a bubble and you live here, and it's just like you forget that the actual world even exists. You can't explain that feeling to anyone unless they've experienced it for themselves. When that program ended, I was so sad to be going back home. The end of the DCP is by far the worst part of the DCP. It's so sad because you make the best friends of your entire life and then you guys are just ripped apart. So at this point, this is January 2017, moved back home. All of 2017 I was home, I was doing school, and I was so sad, very, very sad. They call it post-Disney depression or post-DCP depression. That's the most real thing I've ever experienced because it was so emo being at home, away from Disney, away from my friends, away from the job that I literally loved, that I just had to give up because my program ended. I was not a fan of school. It was so weird to like be away for a year and then come back because everyone thought I was like a new student, a freshman. It was really weird. I got through that somehow. Couldn't tell you how I did it, but I did it. I found out about the summer alumni program. I decided to not do it in 2017 because I was taking summer classes that summer so I could like catch up with my degree. 2018 hit. I was 22 years old at this point. I decided that I was going to apply for summer alumni, so that way I could just come back, work at Disney for the summer, not miss school, and then go back after. I ended up getting accepted for the summer alumni program. I was so excited, but then I had to find roommates. I actually found all of my summer alumni roommates from like Twitter and Instagram and social media, and that was like literally such a great group of people. I feel like a lot of you have come from my summer alumni videos and you guys know like Papa Walt's Thoughtful Spot, and you're familiar with like my summer alumni group because that was like iconic. Also a different era. That was like summer alumni era. Summer alumni was the most unreal summer of my life. I think if I could relive any moment of my life, it would have been my summer alumni program. I don't know if you guys know this, but my roommates for the summer alumni program, I put that together. That was all me. I did it in a day. I'm literally like Tony Stark in the Avengers, I swear to you. And we all had a group message and we started talking that day, and we never stopped talking. We were literally best friends before we even moved down, and then we got to move down and we lived the most unreal lives. For our summer alumni program, we got Vista Way, which we really wanted. We wanted that cheap rent. We wanted to live in Vista. We lived in Vista Way, apartment 1603. We were only there for the summer, so we really didn't care about what that apartment even looked like. It was fine. So I got accepted for attractions again. I got placed at Hollywood Studios. I got placed at muppetvision 3D, and I was shook because I didn't even know CPs could work there. Muppets ended up being such a great experience, and I also have a video talking about what it was like to work there. And all of the CPs at Muppets got to be cross-trained to Jedi training, but that was genuinely like the most unreal job. I felt like I wasn't going to work every day, like I was just going to a really cool, fun job. It was so weird. I met a lot of social media friends that summer. I had like literally the best friends of my entire life, and I got to be in Disney again. I was so happy. I realized then that my first program wasn't just like the honeymoon phase where I just loved it because it was my first time. I loved it just as much, and when that program ended, I was a mess. I was so sad. You only get to be there for like maybe 3 months when you do summer alumni, which is horrible. I did not want to leave, but I knew that I needed to go back to school and graduate because I had one more semester left. Yeah, so I left that program. I turned 23 years old, and then I decided that I was going to apply for my 3rd Disney College program and come back in the spring. I knew I wanted to be back at Disney. I knew the Disney College program was the easiest way to get back there. That's what I did. I applied for the Disney College program once again. This time got accepted for attractions again, but this is where it like went wild. So I got accepted for parking. I was shook. I was so shook. I was literally considering not doing the program when I found out I was parking. I was being a brat. I don't know, I just didn't know what to expect from parking. A lot of my friends were super helpful. They like talked me through it. They were like, Shelby, you love Disney, you need to just go do it, and then you can stay after you do your program, because this was just a spring program. I decided to do the program, so then I needed to find more roommates because I was gonna do CP housing again. That's when I found Addie, who, love of my life. She reached out to me and she was already linked with Steph, and then so I came in beginning of January of 2019. So this is literally like 4 years after I started like applying for my first program. We got randomly paired with Haley, Becca, and Lauren. We got placed in Patterson apartment 10301. Let me tell you, Patterson was literally the best apartment I've lived in CP housing. I loved Patterson. My apartment was so nice. I loved coming home to that apartment, and we would just all sit in the living room and we would watch rom-coms and like eat Taco Bell and Freddy's. Absolutely like my best experience with roommates and with my housing situation. So I started parking and actually really came to love parking. Absolutely, like it was so great. I got to make people laugh on the trams when I spieled. I got to drive the trams. I got to get a nice tan in the parking lot. I also got cross-trained to Auto Plaza. So we're talking, this is number 8 now. This is my 8th attraction at Walt Disney World. I literally cannot say one bad thing about parking. It was so great. My spring program was coming to an end, and I needed to figure out what the heck I was doing with my life, because I had graduated. I knew I didn't want to go back home. I wanted to stay at Disney. Out of like panic, I applied to extend my spring program because I was like, that's the only way I'm gonna get to keep working here. So I applied for my extension. I got accepted for my extension, and I got attractions, different location. And with a lot of like self-debate, I decided that I was going to deny my extension because I needed to grow up and not be a CP anymore. I needed to apply for part-time. So I went in and I applied for a transfer for part-time. I put in for 6 locations: Dinoland, Sunset Boulevard, Adventureland, Frontierland, Safaris, and Asia. And the funny thing is, I didn't even put in Asia until I worked a Rivers of Light shift. I thought it was really fun, so I added Asia into my part-time transfer list, and I got accepted for a part-time transfer to Asia Attractions, and I was so happy that I got hired part-time. And then I found out I got Rivers of Light, which is one of my absolute favorite shows at Disney. I love Rivers of Light with all my heart. I moved out of CP housing for the last time. I started my training in Asia. Asia is my 9th attraction at Disney. I can't believe that's so crazy that I've worked in 9 attractions. So that's where I'm at now. I'm still here, and I'm gonna be here for a long time. The Disney College program genuinely changed my life, and I know it's changed a lot of other people's lives. It has brought in my closest friends I've ever made, literally like my family. I'm in love with my friends here. I miss home, but my family comes all the time. They're annual pass holders. I absolutely love being a cast member. Clearly I like it because I did 3 Disney College programs. I'm still working here. It's the best job ever. I love love it so much. So recently I have found out some really exciting news. I'm so excited, but I'm gonna hold off for a little bit longer, but just know that things are coming. I'm so excited for my future with the Walt Disney World Company. I genuinely just like, I'm so happy here. I love it so much. I just wanted to sit down and like finally just kind of conclude that story in one video. And I really think talking to the camera like this is so cool and so fun. Even though it doesn't feel like it at times, I know that there's people on the other end of this video that are watching this and kind of like vicariously living through what I have done. People are out there listening to my words and looking to me for advice, and that's so crazy to me, but it makes me so happy. I'm so honored. Any person that ever comments on my videos or any of my social media or comes up and talks to me in the parks or messages me, like, I literally don't deserve that, and I can't believe that there's still people out there listening to my words. Like, please note, I genuinely love you all so much. If you guys want more like day-to-day stuff, please follow me on my Instagram because I love posting Instagram stories. I tweet so much, so please also feel free to follow me on Twitter. Both of those are missshelbayy. I wanted to give a really quick shout out to Sarah. I recently met Sarah at Animal Kingdom during one of my Rivers of Light shifts. We got to talk for a little bit. The things that she said to me just like really hit home and made me realize how there's so many of you out there still watching me and still listening to what I say, and she knew so much about me in my videos, and I loved getting to talk to Sarah. So Sarah, I know you're watching. Hello, hi, I miss you. Thank you for everything you said to me. It meant a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been so long on here, done so many things, and there's so many things that are going to happen soon. I love you guys all. Hope you all have a magical day, and I will see you real soon. Do the Disney College program. It's the best thing ever. Do it. Whoa, yeah. Okay, bye.
A Dylan Rhodes film.
Guys, please pray for my roommate. Nothing's wrong with her. She just looks like a figment.